Sleep 2 Business Genius, Business History, Fact Number 6 of 100, 7-minute read. The world's first marketplace. Thousands of years before shopping centers, stock exchanges, and high streets, the Roman Forum showed the world what organized commerce could look like, and every marketplace built since has followed its blueprint. By Sleep to Business Genius, Ancient Commerce, Rome, Italy 700 BC onwards. The Roman Forum at golden hour, colonnaded basilicas, triumphal arches, and the colorful market stalls of the ancient world's most organized commercial space. Breathe slowly. Let the noise of the modern world fall quiet. And step, for a moment, into the Forum. It is early morning in Rome, perhaps the 2nd century AD, and the city is already awake. From every direction, from the tangled lanes of the Subura quarter, from the hills above and the river below, people are converging on the great rectangular space at the heart of the city. Merchants, senators, lawyers, tradesmen, slaves, soldiers, foreigners in strange dress speaking stranger languages, all drawn to the same place, as iron is drawn to a magnet. The Forum Romanum. The Roman Forum. Not merely a marketplace, though it was certainly that, but something far more ambitious. The first fully organized, purpose-built, legally regulated commercial and civic space the Western world had ever seen. Before the Forum, markets were wherever people happened to gather. After it, commerce had an address, a permanent, designed, managed space that announced to the world, business happens here. From swamp to center of the world. Rome, c. 700 BC, originally a marshy valley between the Palatine and Capitoline hills. The Forum was not always glorious. In Rome's earliest days, the low-lying valley between the Palatine and Capitoline hills was a waterlogged marsh, useful mainly as a burial ground for the scattered settlements on the surrounding hilltops. Then, around 600 BC, the Etruscan kings who ruled early Rome engineered something extraordinary, the Cloaca Maxima, one of the ancient world's great feats of civil engineering, a massive stone drain that channeled the marsh water away and transformed the valley floor into solid, usable ground. Almost immediately, the newly drained space became a market. Merchants set up stalls. Farmers brought produce from the surrounding countryside. Craftsmen hawked their wares. The Forum took shape organically at first, a natural gathering point made accessible by infrastructure, before Roman administrators began to impose order, structure, and purpose on what had grown up spontaneously. What distinguished the Roman Forum from earlier informal markets was the deliberate intention behind it. The Romans did not simply allow commerce to happen here. They designed for it, legislated for it, and built permanent structures to house and regulate it. Porticoed basilicas provided covered space for merchants and bankers. Temples served as secure repositories for contracts and valuables. Magistrates held court. Weights and measures were standardized and enforced. By the numbers. At the peak of the Roman Empire in the 2nd century AD, the Forum Romanum covered roughly 130 meters by 50 meters, about the size of a modern city block. It was surrounded by the Basilica Julia, the Basilica Aemilia, the Temple of Saturn, which housed the state treasury, the Rostra Speaker's platform, the Temple of Vesta, and the Arch of Septimius Severus. It remains one of the best-preserved ancient sites in the world. The architecture of commerce. Walk through the Forum at its height and you are walking through the world's first deliberately designed commercial district. Every building has a purpose, and many of those purposes are commercial. The basilicas, long, colonnaded halls with high clerestory windows, were the Forum's trading floors. The Basilica Julia, built by Julius Caesar himself and completed under Augustus, stretched 101 meters along the southern edge of the Forum. Inside, merchants struck deals, bankers exchanged currency, and lawyers argued cases before judges seated in partitioned sections of the hall. It was simultaneously a trading floor, a bank, and a courthouse, commerce, finance, and law housed under one magnificent roof. Alongside banking and trade, the Forum hosted the Aerarium, the Roman state treasury, housed in the Temple of Saturn. It held not just the Republic's gold and silver but also the standards of the legions, important state documents, and the official weights and measures against which commercial transactions across the empire were calibrated. The Forum was, in the most literal sense, where Roman economic life was anchored. The Romans understood something that every shopping center architect, every stock exchange designer, and every urban planner since has rediscovered that the physical design of a commercial space shapes the behavior of everyone inside it. The Forum beyond Rome. The genius of the Roman Forum was not just what it was, but what it inspired. As the empire expanded, the Forum model was exported wholesale to every new city Rome planted or absorbed across Europe, North Africa, and the Near East. From Londinium in the north to Lepsis Magna in Libya, from Lugdunum in Gaul to Ephesus in Asia Minor, every Roman city was built around a forum, a paved, colonnaded, commercially and civically organized central space. These provincial forums were not copies for their own sake. They were functional transplants of a proven model, carrying with them the same logic, a permanent, regulated, publicly accessible space where commerce, law, and civic life could all take place under defined rules and social expectations. Trade followed the Forum wherever it went, and the Forum followed Rome. The Forum's living descendants. The word forum itself has never stopped meaning a place of organized exchange, from medieval market squares to the London Stock Exchange's trading floor, from the bazaars of the Islamic world that inherited Roman city planning, to the internet forums and marketplaces of the digital age. When Amazon calls its seller platform a marketplace, or cities zone commercial districts separately from residential areas, they are operating on principles the Romans formalized 2,000 years ago. What the Forum still teaches us. Stand in the ruins of the Forum Romanum today and it is easy to see only the past, broken columns, worn flagstones, the stumps of temples that once gleamed with marble and gold. But look more carefully and you see something that is very much alive. You see the logic of every market ever built. The covered space that protects commerce from the weather. The designated zones that separate different types of trade. The presence of legal and financial institutions adjacent to the marketplace, because buying and selling always requires a framework of trust and enforcement. The public space that is neither purely private nor purely governmental, but something in between, a commons where strangers can transact. All of it was here first. The Forum did not invent commerce, people have always traded. What it invented was organized commerce. Commerce with infrastructure, with rules, with a physical home. And that invention has never been superseded. Every market in the world today is, in some quiet sense, still the Forum. Tags: Roman Forum, Ancient Rome, History of Markets, Business History, Ancient Commerce, a Marketplace, Urban History, Economic History, Sleep Learning, Commercial Architecture. Sleep to Business Genius weaves 100 fascinating business history facts into soothing, story-driven narratives. This is fact number 6 of 100. Part of 100 Facts About Business to Fall Asleep To, available as a full narrated video on YouTube.